Hey guys, it is Rebecca Diaz-Vado coming at you live from the Art of Building a Successful Massage Practice. I hope you're having an amazing day. If you are watching live, comment below, say hi, let me know where you practice. And if you're watching the replay, do hashtag replay. I wanted to talk a little bit today about money. And money mindset, money management, and all of those things. I might offend some of you with my blunt, straightforward style, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say a lot of massage therapists tend to be a tad number phobic, I've noticed, and this can have real major impact on your life, your business, and your practice. So I want to just kind of hammer out a couple of things that you should know about, be doing, be thinking about when it comes to money and running your business. All right. First and foremost, you need to embrace that your business is a business. And by definition, a business makes money. It's not a nonprofit. It's not a charity. So you actually have to have a sound mathematical calculation that will get your business to produce the results that you want it to go. Like, it would be really foolish if I owned a bicycle shop and I sold high-end bicycles and I purchased the bicycles for $5,000 and I sold them for $4,000. I would be operating at a loss. I would be bankrupt and out of money. It's an unsustainable business model. And a lot of massage therapists are doing just that. They're doing the equivalent of that, and they don't even realize it. You're at risk for doing that if you're willy-nilly setting your rates. Like, you just kind of look around and decide what everyone else is charging, and then you just kind of pin the tail on the donkey, pick a rate. That's the worst way to do that. You actually have to learn to love the numbers, and you have to get comfortable with the numbers of your business so that you know your business has a fighting chance of actually going somewhere. Okay. So hi, Comedic Bliss. Great to see you. So that's first and foremost. And if you guys don't have my training on know your numbers, let me just grab it for you real quick. It's actually in the pinned post in this group, but I'm going to go ahead and just drop the link for you there. Let's see here. The Know Your Numbers training. Okay. This is there's a couple of videos that you'll get with this, as well as a handout. Okay. And that's going to really help you figure out exactly what it is that you need to be charging for your services. It's often a lot more than therapists think it is. Okay. So just be prepared for that. And if you have questions about it, of course, circle back and talk to me about it. Okay. So here's the Know Your Numbers training. I'm just going to put this in the comments for you to know your numbers free training. And you just grab it right there by clicking on the link. Okay. Okay. So that's first and foremost. You got to know exactly what your business is doing and exactly how to arrive at your financial goals, because your business has expenses. Your business should pay your salary. Your business should probably pay your car payment. Your business should pay for a lot of things. So you need to really be on top of that. Let's see. I actually had written down a couple of things here. So aside from knowing that your rates are correct and knowing how to sell your services at those rates and knowing how to find clients that pay those rates and pay them regularly, a couple of other things that you should also have in place. I've taught this a million other places, but just kind of goes without saying, you need to then protect your money with cancellation and rescheduling policies. Okay. So you can't just have people book appointments and then have no penalty for canceling the same day or within 24 hours or whatever your policy is. You have to actually protect that. Okay. So I hope that you guys all have good bulletproof cancellation, rescheduling policies that protect your time, because for massage therapists, time is money. Okay. All right. And then a couple of just like logistical things. Yikes. Sorry. Bonking my screen here. Logistically speaking, and guys, some of this is very, very basic. So if you're like, yeah, Rebecca, we know this already, that's fine. Let me know and we can move to more advanced topics. But just in the time that I have today, I wanted to cover the whole gamut so that we get everybody from top to bottom. Okay. Sorry, give me just a second. I'm having an issue with my screen and being able to see my Facebook Live. Okay. There we go. Okay. So, and then again, you guys, if you're watching live with me, just let me know, say hi in the comments below. And if you have any questions or you want to jump on Zoom and talk with me and get some coaching one-on-one with me, I'm available for that. Just let me know and I'll drop the link down there. Okay. Okay. So basic stuff. All right. You need to have separate business account for your business. Do not commingle funds. You need to have a separate way where you're collecting the money for your business. It goes into a business bank account. It doesn't go into your personal bank account. When you pay yourself, of course, it's just like getting a paycheck. You can write a check from your business account or transfer from your business account to your personal account. But all of the money that you make in your business should not be going in a personal bank account. You should have separate accounts. The second thing is you should be tracking everything. You guys, I can't tell you how many massage therapists book discovery calls with me and my team about how to build their massage business and potentially getting help and clarity on what's not working. 98% of the time, y'all have no idea what your numbers are. You have no idea how much money you made last month. Exactly. You should know to the penny. Like at the click of a button, you should be able to reference or pull up a notebook or a document and know exactly how much money you made last month. And if you're not doing things like that, I lovingly ask you, why not? And I want you to really confront that. Like, why are you not looking at your money? What are your old inherited limiting beliefs about money and what that might represent for you that are having you ignore it? You have got to pay attention to the money in your business. You've got to know at the end of the month exactly how much money you brought in, exactly how many clients you saw, how many of those were new clients. So when I say track everything, that's what I mean. You need data. Most massage therapists don't have this. And just like if you were to, drive a high performance automobile that doesn't have a dashboard, it doesn't have a speedometer, it doesn't have a gas tank gauge, it doesn't have an oil pressure gauge or a temperature gauge, you are literally driving blindly. You have no idea. Okay. So it's very, very important that you do that you're tracking all of the metrics of your business. I'm not going to tell you what metrics you should be tracking. Hey, Jason, what's up, homie? Good to see you. Hi, Stephen. Welcome back. I love it. But you should be tracking all of those things. One of the best life-changing things I did for myself was I trained myself to love the data, to love the details, to love the numbers, to love tracking that information, because knowledge is power. It really is. It's so much easier to diagnose why a car won't start when you have a gas gauge and you go, well, your tank's empty. You know what I mean? Makes it a lot easier to control your practice. So guys, feel free to ask me any questions about any of that, but I'm just kind of giving a brief overview of some of these things. The next thing that I want you to do is have a bookkeeper. If you're making $4,000 a month, you should have a bookkeeper. It doesn't cost you that much. It costs you a couple $100 a month. And what a bookkeeper is going to do is different than a CPA. A CPA is like a physician and a bookkeeper is like a physician's assistant. So you wouldn't necessarily pay a CPA to do bookkeeping work. That's stupid. Get a bookkeeper, they're lower level. And what they're going to do is literally keep your books. They're going to track all the money coming in, track all the money going out. They're going to give you a chart of accounts. You're going to be able to see how much money you spend on supplies, how much money you spend on rent, how much money you spent on marketing and advertising, how much in discounts or promotions you did for marketing, how many, much you spent on, I think I said supplies, but I mean, even like it was so empowering for me to have all of this data delivered to me every single month and go, I spent how much on laundry detergent last year? Holy crap. Or I spent how much on essential oils last year? And what did that make me? So that's very important. As you do that and you have a bookkeeper, they're going to go through your account, your bank account, your business bank account. See what I did there? And you're going to, they're going to track all of the expenses and all of the income. And that's going to give you a very clear picture of where your business is at financially. As a business owner, you need to know that stuff. Okay, then the next thing that you should have is a CPA. Now, CPA is going to help you at tax time. They're going to help you with tax strategies. They're going to help you, they can help you figure out what kind of entity you should have, a sole proprietorship, an LLC, an S Corp, all of that stuff for various tax benefits that I can't coach you on. But I'm just going to tell you, you should have a CPA that's going to guide you on what are deductions. They should be proactive. They shouldn't just be checking boxes and filling out your tax return. They should be asking you for deductions and so on and so forth. So those two people on your financial team would be a bookkeeper and a CPA. And if you're not at least making $4K a month, then you should just track it all yourself And what I did is so stupid simple, you guys. Literally get a notebook, okay, get a piece of paper, turn it sideways, my clipboard, turn it sideways, okay, and you're gonna have date, name, in, out, method, notes. Like that's it. And you're just going to track all of the money coming in and all of the money coming out, every single penny. You sold a gift certificate, you write that down. I sold a $400 gift certificate to Stephen Kinder for, for 3 massages, He paid by credit card, and I have it. And that way I just can look at a glance and I can run little totals right there. And it just makes it so easy. So there's really no excuse for not being on top of the money coming in and the money going out of your business. You need that kind of visibility. Because what that helps you to do is after you've tracked your expenses for a year, you can figure out what your break-even point is. And you can actually see, is your business profitable? How much are you paying yourself, and so on and so forth. That's very, very important. Okay. A couple of things, just terms, like I said, you guys, being just very, very basic. Some of you might be like crying because you're so bored about what I'm talking about right now, but it's like foundational stuff that I find a lot of people don't actually know, or they feel embarrassed to ask because it's so rudimentary and they still don't understand it. So I'm going to hit you with a couple of other things before we talk briefly about your behaviors around money and other strategies. Okay. Is this valuable for you? Are you bored to tears? If you guys want this topic, comment below and let me know what you want me to talk about tomorrow. Okay. Cause I'm going to do Facebook Lives all the way up to pretty much through the end of, next week. And I would love to hear from you guys. And also I'm going to be giving away some awesome things. So I think the more people participate and the more I see you showing up to the Facebook Lives on a daily basis, the more likely I'm going to reward you with something awesome. Okay. All right. So, capital is like the startup money for your business. So we live in Salt Lake City, Utah. And I lived, before I moved to this home, we lived right on this main street that went right up to the canyons where the ski resorts are. If you've never skied in Utah, you're missing out. It's amazing. But what happened one year was all these cars would back up because we'd have a powder day. Like right now, you guys, it literally snowed a foot yesterday. And it's still snowing right now. So it's the school shut down and everybody hops in their car and they decide to go skiing or snowboarding. Well, the traffic would back up so much. And right in front of our driveway, my little kids were like, hey, let's have a hot cocoa stand. Let's just sell cups of hot cocoa to all these people that are literally stopped in traffic. We could hit the 5 or so cars that are creeping along or stopped in front of our house. And so I said to the kids, all right, well, how are you going to sell it? And they said, well, we're going to make a sign. I said, okay, great. We're going to make a sign, hot chocolate, $1, I said, okay, great. But how are you going to get the cocoa? And make a long story short, I gave my kids a lesson in entrepreneurship where I just said, okay, listen, here's the thing. You can't sell hot cocoa unless you have hot cocoa to sell. And they're like, oh, well, let's go to the store. I said, but with whose money are you going to buy hot cocoa? Because they were like, little, right? So, and they were like, oh, well, Mom, could you buy the hot cocoa? And I said, yeah, but I'm going to be your bank and you're going to pay me back. So that's what capital is. So I've told them I'm buying the cups with lids because we needed that. It wasn't just styrofoam cups. People are in cars and we're walking hot cocoa out to them in little 8-ounce hot cups. So I bought the hot cups with the lids. I bought the giant thing of whatever, Costco sized Swiss Miss, whatever. Okay. I said, how are we going to heat up the water? Do we have that much hot water? Do we have like one of those big igloo things? So we wrote it all down, how much money we spent to buy the supplies to sell the hot cocoa. And that's your capital. That's what we call capital. It's the money it takes to start a business. And this is the biggest mistake I see massage therapists make. They completely ignore that. They go, well, I have a massage table and I have a set of sheets and some lotion and I have my 2 hands. I have a business. And I'm like, it takes money to start that business. If you're going to rent a space, you need first and last month's rent. You need a deposit. You need to have more than one set of sheets. You need to have, you pay your professional organizations, your licenses, your memberships, all of those things. So I like to tell people that you should have at least 3 to 6 months of savings. In other words, if your business doesn't do jack squat for 3 to 6 months, you have no clients, or you're eking along, you're not even breaking even, you're losing money, that's called you're the bank and you're investing in your own business. If you don't have money to start a business, don't start a business. You can have credit, definitely use credit to start a business. Like you can absolutely leverage your credit cards and so on and so forth when you have proven strategies for how to get that money back. but don't just go start a business because you have a massage table and a car. Don't do that. Okay. So just think about that. You have to live for the next 3 to 6 months while you're churning and burning and trying to get clients. And how are you going to do that if you don't have basic money to live on or basic money to put into your business so that you can get returns on that investment? Is this making sense? Okay, Alexandra, yes, essential knowledge. Okay, good. Thanks, Stephen. I love seeing your face here. So far, you have 2 points, Stephen, because you commented on both my Facebook Lives in the last 2 days. Okay. What the points are good for, I don't know, but you have 2 points, my friend. Okay, so that's the deal. You need money to start a business, or you need access to money. You have to have it. It is your friend. It is oxygen for your business. All right. So don't be afraid to ask a person or to run up your credit cards, or, you know, when you're making those essential decisions about, I need to purchase this in order to have a business. Just like I can't sell hot cocoa without hot cocoa. Somebody has to buy it. And you guys better believe we wrote down all the money that they made. And then I wrote down, I gave them a receipts of all the money that it cost. And I said, okay, let's say we sold $100 worth of hot cocoa and it cost $25 worth of supplies. Congratulations. You all made $75 and I'm taking that $25 back. And then they split the $75 amongst the kids. That's the real world stuff. And I want to make sure you guys are operating in the real world about money. Okay. So that's the deal with that. That's what capital is. Okay. Net and gross. That's one that confuses people a lot. All right. So just remember this, your business, the gross income, gross meaning big, like gross versus fine, gross motor skills versus fine motor skills. Okay. Gross means big. So gross is the big amount of money, the top line revenue, we call it, that comes into your business. That means if you sell $5,000 in sessions, like you sell, let's say you charge $100 a session and you sell 50 sessions and your business captures $5,000 for that month. That's your gross or top line revenue. That's what that's called. Okay. Now your net is that $5,000. Well, that's going to pay the rent. That's $1,000. And then that's going to pay, you know, your cell phone bill, and then your internet bill, and your laundry, and your supplies. And then you bought some new scrubs, you know, all those things, right? The net for your business is what's left over at the end of all of that. Now, guys, by the way, that gross revenue also needs to pay your salary. It needs to pay your salary. So consider that. I'm telling you right now, if you're making like $4,000 or $5,000 a month, you're probably living really lean. I'd like to see you paying yourself $5,000 a month, in which you need to be making 10,000 or more. Okay. That's a whole other Facebook Live. All right. So that's the deal. So that's what that means. Your net income is what's left in the business after the business has paid all of its bills. And remember, your salary is one of the bills of the business. You should be the most expensive thing about the business, because you're being paid to run it and you're being paid to operate it. You're being paid to be the technician as well as the owner. Make sure that you're paying yourself for your time like you would pay an employee of the business. Very, very important. Okay. Okay. And then the other thing you need to be doing regularly in your business is, of all of those dollars that come in, you need to pull off the top for taxes and savings. So I recommend, as a general rule of thumb, again, your situation might vary, please consult a CPA for tax information in your area, is that you should be saving at least 15% off the top. Because here's what happens in most businesses, depending on how you're set up. You will be taxed on, well, I'm not even going to get into that. It totally depends on if you're an LLC, sole proprietor. So I'm not even going to get into that. But the point is, you should be putting money aside for taxes. 'Tis better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. Because at the end of the year, the tax man cometh, and you need to have money set aside in order to pay your bills. If you're not planning for that, that's foolish. And you're jeopardizing yourself and your family, going in debt with the IRS or equivalent in the country in which you live. Okay. It's very, very important. I learned that lesson my first year in practice, scared the pants off me. I think I was 18, 19 years old. And at the end of the year, I owed like $2,000 in taxes, and I just about died. I'd never seen $2,000 at one place at that point in my life. And that was so much money and so scary to feel like I owe the IRS money and I didn't have it to pay. So I had to go on payment plans and all of that stuff. And I hated it. So do yourself a favor and plan for taxes. And then also plan for savings. You should be putting away 10% in a business savings account, so that your business has some slush fund. Your business is, you want to buy a new hydraulic table that's $2,000. Awesome. Save up for it. Okay. Like those types of things, continuing education, coaching, mentorship. Maybe you want to do some paid advertising, like that you've got some savings set aside. And that can also serve as what we call as operating capital, meaning let's say you have a crappy month. Let's say one month you do 5K, next month you do 6K and you're like, yeah, I'm doing it. And then you hit like 7K and you're just rocking. And then all of a sudden like August hits and you make $2,000. If you spent all of that money or you didn't capture any of it, you can use the business savings as operating capital to get you through a slow month. Okay, that's where you're really creating a padding so that you can not freak out when you have sales are low. And guys, just so you know, sales ebb and flow. I really don't know very many people that it's like my business cranks out $9,000 every single month and it's just does it in my sleep. It might be 8K and then 10K and then 12K and then 7K. So, but over time, as you're looking at that data, you're going to be able to see like, oh, I average 9,500 a month when I combine the high months with the low months and the average months in between. Okay. So on and so forth. All right. So here's the thing. I'm going to pause there. I'm going to just pause there because we didn't get to the money mindset issues and maybe we'll do that tomorrow. So that was just the practical stuff that you ought to know at a very, very, very basic level for your business that I find a lot of massage therapists just don't, they're just not aware of or embarrassed to ask. So I hope that helps you. If that made sense to you, comment below, like what was the biggest aha or insight or takeaway? And then also let me know what else you would like to hear about. Like I said, I think tomorrow I'm probably going to dive a little bit more into the money mindset issues and some of the crazy ass beliefs that people have about money that actually repels money from them. And some of the limitations that we place on that energy that we call money. It is energy. And I'm going to just go out on the limb and say, you've got to have a powerful relationship with money if you're going to be a business owner. You can't have any weird stuff about money or it's going to self-sabotage. So I hope that's helpful for you. Let me see. Alexandra has a question. If you guys have any last minute questions, sneak them in real quick. Should the tax saving for the end of the year and the business saving be in two different business accounts? Yes, Alexandra. In a great book I always recommend to my clients, my massage business coaching clients, is Profit First by Michael Michalowicz. I've got a copy on my shelf. I'd flash it at you, but Profit First is awesome. You're actually going to set up 3 or 4 bank accounts for your business. And it's like grandma's envelope system, but you're doing it digitally and you're pulling out every single month or even twice a month. When you're doing your bills or paying your paycheck, you're allocating that money in separate savings accounts that you don't necessarily have a card for, like you don't really have access to. That's very, very important. And that you don't wait till the end of the year to do that. You're doing that twice a month or once a month. You're taking the money, looking at the data, going, okay, I've brought in $2,500. I'm going to put $250 in my business savings account. So exactly. I have an operating account for my business, which is where the money all comes in. It's like the biggest bucket. All the money that comes into my operating account. And then that's also where the bills get paid from. Like when I'm paying my employees, my contractors, my marketing, all that stuff comes out of the operating account. But from that, I have automations set up to automatically transfer money from that operating account into my tax savings account, my business savings account. I have my investments, my SEP. I contribute to a SEP IRA. So I put aside money every single month to fund the maximum amount that I can put into my IRA. And that's how you guys just build all of that in. And look, I have to say this before I sign off. I have to, Alexander, if you want me to map it out for you, but if you grab a copy of Profit First, you can see like a visual thing of that. Okay. And again, if you guys want to join me again tomorrow, I'll pop in and whatever it is you need. I love the feedback. Just tell me what you need. I'm here to serve you. How can I serve you? Okay. What was I saying? The last thing I wanted to say before I signed off was, this is why I see so many massage therapists failing. Number one, they don't know about capital and how to manage it. They're in the dark about their numbers. Their head is in the sand about their numbers, which is, frankly, you guys, it's childish. If you're an adult and you're running a business, you got to grow up about money. You really do. You got to look at it. You got to face it. You got to get excited about it. You got to love what it can do for you when you pay attention to it. And is that you have to build into the profit margins of your business that you can do all those things. If your business is barely making enough money for you to pay yourself a paycheck and pay your bills, you're doing it wrong. You're flat out doing it wrong. If you're making $2,000 a month because you need to live on $2,000 a month, you're digging yourself into poverty. It's just, it's like it's caving in on you. You're shoveling it out as fast as it's coming back in on you. You have to think way bigger, way beyond the mark. And that's why I love to teach massage therapists the exact steps on how to build a 6-figure massage practice, because I say in most parts of the country, in the developed world, if you are serious about supporting yourself, making a great living, being comfortable, and setting aside financial security for the future, you need to be making, in most cases, at least 6 figures of gross revenue in your business, so you can pay yourself $50, $60, $75,000 a year as the employee of your own practice. Okay. So that's that. All right. That's what I wanted to say. I encourage you to just think much, much bigger. You've got to have some money maturity, and grow in your money maturity, and really think like a business owner. And that's what I love to do. That's what I train my clients in Rock Your Massage Practice Academy to do. And if you don't know what that is, go to my website and check it out, rockyourmassagepractice.com. Make sure you register for my 45-minute webinar that will walk you through the 4 shifts on how to build a thriving practice. And guys, listen, I say this with so much love. I know how clueless so many people are out there. And that's why I started this group. I was totally clueless when I started my practice. Big heart, little brains. Like I really wanted to give and serve. And, and I was smart, I wasn't like a ding dong. Like I was smart, but I just didn't know about business. I had no idea really how business worked, how money worked. It was all this kind of mystery. And I thought if I just throw spaghetti at the wall, and eventually my magical hands will attract my milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. It's like I thought, well, I would just do great massage and I'll have all these clients. And it's just not true. It's not true. You have to know marketing. You have to understand business so that you can have control and you're happening to your business instead of your business is happening to you. Okay. All right. I got to sign off, you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Again, if you're watching the replay, #replay, comment with your biggest takeaway and any other questions that you have. And if you want to give me some ideas of what you would like me to talk about over the next couple of days, then I would love, love, love to see that. And then I'm going to start dreaming up some giveaways, because we're doing the 9 days of giveaways here. Okay. I'd love to actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give away a $500 scholarship to any of my programs. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. $500 scholarship that you can apply to any of my courses. But you need to show up to the lives, participate. I need to get to know you. Alexandra, I see you. Okay. All right, you guys, rock on. I'm signing off. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.